It's the 2Dumb2Quit podcast with Jeremy McCall. He's dumb, way too dumb to even quit. So, he has his own podcast now.
Okay, gang, the podcast is back. I'm back. We're back. Jesus, it has been a crazy year. I've been in the process of writing, getting ready to record the rest of this next project over at the record label, touring like crazy. Just came off of like 6 or 7 weeks out in the West Coast. And in the middle of it, I'm excited to let y'all know the podcast is going to have its own spot, a new studio where we'll be doing video and everything that goes along with it. So I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed, up to date. The delay wasn't, I wasn't on vacation or anything. It wasn't laziness or slacking off. I was just trying to get everything handled. So I am back and back again starting this week with weekly podcasts, talking to incredible people, funny stories, insightful ways to look at things, anything we can do to push ourselves through the suck. The suck's been fucking crazy the past 18 months. Division, debating, people feeling like you have to choose a side on every fucking topic known to man. And it's just so against everything we are as humans. We need each other. We crave companionship and love. And sometimes, especially, when you start getting online or you start watching TV, the world can feel like it is burning to the ground. And, why shouldn't it burn? Why shouldn't it burn? The world in turmoil sells advertising. People at odds sell airtime and thus more advertisers. So people say crazy shit on TV. And the biggest reason for it is because people will watch more and more money comes in from advertisers. They don't give a shit if it's giving humans anxiety or freaking people the fuck out. It's all about bank account. It comes down to the bottom line. And I wanted to take this podcast, coming back, to talk about a bit of a metaphor that I've used personally in my life over the last 5 years of getting rid of shit in my life that caused drama or unneeded stress or just bullshit. As a kid, I grew up in North Idaho, surrounded by mountains and farm fields. And in the farms, there were canola, there was alfalfa, wheat, just whatever, just surrounded by these huge-ass fields of crops. Of one sort of crop or another. Now, okay, I don't pretend to know the cycle of farming or what I'm about to say because I'm not a farmer. But every year, maybe 2 years, the farmers would pick a field and burn it, and they would go out and set these fields on fire. And I had some weird kid allergy type asthma. So as a kid, the smoke would just fuck me up. I remember it like nobody's business. Couldn't breathe, hot, coughing, gagging, snotting everywhere. And I remember asking my dad, I'm like, why would they set their own fields on fire? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And my dad kind of was like, well, the fire actually renourishes the dirt by burning off all the leftover shit and removing the plants that are already growing or weeds or anything like that to help the plants that are going to be growing in that soil later. So in essence, the farmers are burning off the unusable dead shit that got in the way of the healthy things to grow, that are going to be growing, trying to grow. And it got me to thinking about things in my life that keep healthy things from growing. Some of it was people. There were people I loved dearly that once I took a step back were just unhealthy for me to either be around or stress, drama causing people or just people that just simply didn't demand the best of me. And it's easy to get caught up in that. And I started to see some habits I had that were getting in the way. They were taking up soil in my life, preventing happy, healthy habits and a healthy mindset to grow. It was preventing these things from growing because I was around negative people. I was around shitty habits. I had bad people, bad habits, bad circumstances. And all of these things I started to notice were taking up real estate. We each have a little plot, right? And the real estate that I have available in my life to grow and create things was being consumed by people, habits, circumstances, things that were not good for me. And it just got me to thinking, if you water weeds, you get more weeds. If you're continuing to feed stress-inducing, drama-causing, anxiety-pushing things in your life, then how shocked can you be when that's what grows in your mind, in your life? That's what shows up on your fucking doorstep. So my solution for me was to take the metaphor that I watched every year across the street from the small farmhouse I grew up in and just apply it to my life. And to apply it regularly, I needed to burn my fields. I needed to list out all the shit in my mind that were keeping out the good crops that I needed. I needed to make room, had to make room to start planting seeds for a better life than the one I was living. There was just no room for the healthy shit. So I had to take inventory. I had to take a hard, honest look at what was causing me distress. Why am I always stressed out? What is it about this person? I'm always stressed out about this person. Well, it's because I can't make them change. You can't help people who don't want the help. So I had to put that into my field burn. If there are people in your life that are toxic, regardless of the relationship, regardless of the time you've put in, those are all excuses. If they are toxic, negative forces in your life, you have to put them in that field to achieve the freedom that we're all out looking for. And this isn't a one and done type of mindset. It's not the easiest thing, because there's going to be things and people you love that are going to be part of this, prescribed burn, I think is what farmers call it. But isn't it worth it for your own self, your own mindset? Isn't it worth doing the hard things that require us to live a happy, healthy, mental, physical life? You don't, look, you don't have to light the whole forest on fire all at once. You can start with the small things. Start with the shit you can't change. Realize I can't change it. Put it into the field to be burned. Take the stress makers, find the anxiety keys, put them in the field, and get to burning. And you'll find a lot of them have these certain traits in common. You're going to find, especially in the people part of this, the negative, whining, I can't catch a break, passively putting the failures and faults of their own on others. These people are a cancer to happiness. It's a delusional, hiding from truth type of mindset. It's to be happy, to really feel happy, it takes honesty with yourself, most of all. Admitting to your flaws, embracing the things you can't change, and changing the things you can. You have to remember, you're not your fuck-ups. You're not the person you were 5 years ago. You're not the person you were a year ago. You're not the same person you were 2 weeks ago. You can control the reactions you have to the shit the world dishes out to you. And you'll start to find, like I did, the more you find the tough stuff that comes to be opportunities to get better, instead of looking at it as some sort of stumbling block or the world fucking hates me, you start to see the world change around you. You start to see happiness, and you start to feel that lighter load of not giving a fuck what you can't change. Controlling, changing what you can. Course correct what you can. And what needs changed, and learning to live in accordance to that. Nature's going to dole out some serious shit. The world is going to throw shitstorms at you. We all get bad breaks. We all catch the losing end of the stick. Negativity keeps you there. It creates this fucking victim mentality. And I've seen a lot more of that lately. And I'll be honest, I've never met anyone who carries that mentality, who carries that victim, why me, I can't catch a break. I've never met one person with that mentality who was happy or fulfilled. And I've also had friends where it was them, and they cut the shit. And they started being honest with themselves. If that's you, cut the shit. Start being honest with yourself and the people around you. You can change your life. You can change your world, but it doesn't come free. It doesn't come easy, for damn sure. But you got to start burning the fields of negativity first and get away from those who want to try to keep you in it, because negativity breeds negativity. You get what you put in. To everything, you get what you put in. You put love and freedom and positive vibes out in the world while understanding hard shit happens. I'm not trying to paint, a Norman Rockwell picture. But if you put love and freedom and positivity out into the world while understanding that hard shit happens, but knowing we can control our reactions to find the opportunity to get better, you're going to be happy. You're going to be a happier person. You're going to feel like you're living in a way that suits you the best. You're going to feel the stress-free amount of things. You're going to feel that weight off your shoulders. So pile it up. Why are we waiting? The dead weight, pile it up. The excuses, pile it up. Anything that doesn't make you better, anything that keeps you from feeling happy or strong or useful, pile that shit up, put it in your field, in your mind, and burn it to the fucking ground. Because you got to make room. You got to make room for the healthy things to grow. And then you have to plant the seeds. It's not just enough. Burning off the trash is tough. It's step one. But it's not just enough to burn off the garbage. Now you have to plant, you have to water the seeds, you have to cultivate your crops. None of this is easy, but it's worth it, and you are worth it. You ever tried to grow a fucking yard? I tried 8,000 times to get grass to grow in my backyard. Wouldn't work. I was using the wrong shit. I'd end up full of fucking weeds. It's the same thing. This is going to take time. It's going to take effort. And then you know what? Along the way, you're going to fail. You're going to fall back into that thought for a second, but you're going to be able to pop back out of it and go, you know what? I'm going to throw this in that prescribed burn. I'm going to burn this shit to the ground too. And the more things you start to clear out of the way, the more room you make for God, the universe, or the hard work you put in to send things your way. The more room you make, the more you'll get. We all get what we put into it. So welcome back, friends, to the 2Dumb2Quit podcast. I appreciate the patience. Thank you for coming back and listening. And if you find this thing, please, if you find it useful, if you find it inspiring, share it with your friends, share it on your social pages, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Subscribe to it. And most of all, keep up with me. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll be back right here. New episode coming next Tuesday, every Tuesday. The 2Dumb2Quit podcast coming your way. So have a great week. Remember, small changes in your mind, making big differences in your lives. And go out, burn those damn fields, and get some. Love y'all.